Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your WWE Raw June 1st, 2015 review. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, Raw is becoming such a stale and boring fucking show. We started off the night with a decent and very good promo, mostly off of Seth Rollins in this situation, because he put on an excellent performance. He showed what WWE should be making Seth Rollins as a heel and as WWE World Champion. And finally, that came out of him last night. He put on a good promo, very decent, and now Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are competing for the World Heavyweight Championship in a ladder match. Very good setup. I hope to God that, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose just have a one-on-one match competing for the World Heavyweight Championship with nobody interfering and it just being a one-on-one match, and that's all it is at that point. Let the best man win, and of course, let Seth Rollins walk out as World Heavyweight Champion, looking clean with the victory and having a good match with him. But overall, the rest of the show is shit. So let's get into it, shall we? First match of the night, we decided, we're going to make Roman Reigns have 3 fucking consecutive matches in one night, pretending he's Daniel Bryan and can put on a great performance with any wrestler he's placed in the ring with. So his first opponent, and any of these opponents that he faced, he beat, he would be that person would actually take his spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So we got King Barrett facing Roman Reigns as the first match of the night. King Barrett, of course, he's such a great jobber. I don't even understand why they made him the king of the ring. But he loses to Roman Reigns. To me, the match was kind of dull, boring. Nothing too exciting and highly entertaining at all. For me to even pay attention, I spent most of my time looking through the phone, trying to find, other things that interest me besides the crap that was on my screen for 15 minutes with that match. The next match was Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston, one-on-one. Dolph Ziggler walked away with the victory, beating Kofi Kingston, of course, and a very clean and good, entertaining match. High-flying maneuvers. Well done match. Really enjoyed it. Had a great time watching it. Definitely give this match a 3.5, maybe even a 4-star match. The other match was Roman Reigns and King Barrett. I give that maybe a 2. It was shit. Dolph Ziggler and the Primetime Players then later on came down the ring to help Dolph Ziggler in the situation that he was having with the rest of the New Day. So it became a 6-man tag team match afterwards, and Dolph and Primetime Players beat the New Day, thank God. Good and entertaining match, not too shabby, and Titus O'Neil and Darren Young got the victory for their team. So not a bad match. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Not too shabby. We also had a promo by Kevin Owens and John Cena, and this was outstanding. These guys I like how they are tying Kevin Owens' child into this, where Kevin Owens' child actually likes John Cena over his own father. And he uses the so-called thing that's said many a times for years now, that WWE uses John Cena as a marketing tool, which case they do, but for a good cause, I mean, his whole thing is don't give up, don't ever surrender to obstacles that come your way, don't ever quit. I think that's a great marketing tool that they use for WWE audience, for children, even for adults even. I think it's very inspiring and good for people to listen to that message, because if you don't give up, you succeed in anything in life. As long as you keep trying, no matter how many times you get knocked down. But but it's also at the same time kind of controversial too, because it's his own son who doesn't like him. He likes John Cena instead, and that's kind of crappy. So he's basically trying to show an example for his son, stating, when you start something, you finish it. Well, John Cena feels that he's going to become something really big in WWE someday, and right now he's wet behind the ears, and he's got to learn some things. Even though he's been in the wrestling industry for such a long time, he still needs to learn how it is in the big times, such as WWE. Overall, very good promo, good build-up storyline here for their match at Money in the Bank. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I hope it is as good as the match they had at the Elimination Chamber. So hopefully it will steal the show once again. If it does, I see this having great potential. Not to mention they also later on in the show told the audience that Kevin Owens would be defending the NXT World Championship on WWE SmackDown for an open challenge to anyone that's interested, which would be interesting to throw Samoa Joe in there. Just a little hint there. I mean, Samoa Joe would be perfect for that. I mean, it would be great build-up for their match on NXT. So, I mean, personally, I think it'd be really cool for them to tie Samoa Joe and John Cena with the rivalry they're having with Kevin Owens on the top platform of WWE, SmackDown and Raw. So, that would be pretty cool if they did that. But the rest of the show, as I go further down, just gets more and more dull. We then had Roman Reigns defeating Mark Henry in a countout. Why Mark Henry? I have no idea. This guy just comes out of the fucking woodwork after several months of not doing anything. And many months ago, I got a lot of views on this on my channel about Roman Reigns' rant about what Mark Henry had to say on SmackDown a while ago leading into WrestleMania 31. And he was giving props to Roman Reigns. Now all of a sudden he's against Roman Reigns. He hates his guts. Whatever, what have you. And Mark Henry's a bad guy. And after the match was over and it was a count out, Mark Henry crawled back in the ring, and World's Strongest slammed his ass straight to hell. And then also splashed him as well. Completely stupid, fucking waste of time. Didn't even quite understand what was the purpose. They also had a segment where they were pretending to have Sonic Shake's auditions, I guess. I don't know. And they had the Big Show. They had the New Day. I think they also had... No, I don't think they had primetime players. And then they had Macho Man, Mandow, Damian Sandow, and Curtis Axel being Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. Their portion of that segment was actually pretty funny. I have to give it up to them. It was pretty humorous, but the rest of it was crap. I don't even understand. They should have just kept the focus on them. They were doing an excellent job, but it could have been done without, technically, if you think about it. I didn't think too much of it. Outside of the thing with Curtis Axel and Damian Sandow, they're comic relief, but they're not to be taken seriously. That's a sad thing. I think that these two guys should be taken seriously, should have a serious role in the WWE roster, and actually do something important instead of just being blatant idiots and being comedic. I mean, they are funny, but come on, man. Let's take a more serious stance on all of this with these two guys. I think Curtis Axel definitely should have been something by now. I think he should have been IC champion quite a few times. I didn't think he was doing too bad or was horrible or anything, but they decided that was the case, that they needed to take the belt off of him or whatever in 2013. But moving off of that subject, into the rest of the matches here. Then after that, we had Nikki Bella defending the Divas title against Paige. They had Brie Bella switch in with Nikki Bella once Paige was starting to get a momentum going, and Brie Bella got a roll-up pin, referee never could see her, and Nikki Bella retained her championship. I still can't believe that she's still the fucking champion after all this time. I thought that the Bellas were planning on leaving the WWE. I didn't think that their contracts are very far from being, I don't think it's going to be a while till their contracts are up. I thought their contracts were up pretty soon. So I'm a little bit lost here in all this, but maybe they changed their minds and decided to keep WWE as a career or something. I have no idea. But anyway, we had Randy Orton defeating Sheamus in a DQ. Nice little screw job. 12 minutes of wasted time. Match was dull, fucking boring as shit. I give it maybe a two stars. The Divas title match won just for the sake of saying it was even on the card. Roman Reigns and Mark Henry, I give it a 1.5 maybe. Fucking joke. Then we had Neville defeating Bo Dallas. Same thing again. Bo Dallas's promos are just fucking retarded. Get him the hell off TV, revamp his character, and bring him back. Otherwise, keep this motherfucker off TV, period. He sucks. He's a horrible wrestler. He's not that entertaining. He's garbage. Then in that match, I give it a 2 just for the sake of saying Neville was in the match, because this guy puts on a good performance, but then when you tie him with Bo Dallas, it brings the whole rating of the match down. So, I mean, no offense to Neville, but him facing Bo Dallas ain't going to help his career any. Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, he beat Bray Wyatt, of course, so he won all 3 of his matches. Nothing changes to the Money in the Bank ladder match. They also, Michael Cole happens to mention there will be more participants added to this match for the Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't know what they're going for, 10, 20 people? This is fucking nuts. This match was actually pretty decent. I give it definitely a 3 just because of the entertainment value that was brought in with the outside interference by the Authority and Dean Ambrose helping out Roman Reigns to pick up the victory and walk away victorious against Bray Wyatt. So 3 stars on that. But overall, the whole show wasn't all that great. I give the show maybe a 2.5 out of 5. That's really it. The show was shit. There was nothing entertaining about it. I mean, you could take it or leave it. I mean, you could watch it. You could go ahead and not watch it. It doesn't matter. The show was a dull show. There was nothing stupendous about it. It just was a show. That's all it was. It was just some random thrown together show, and that's it. I mean, with some decent build-up, with 2 of the major matches, the world title match and the Kevin Owens and John Cena. I mean, those 2 promos were better build-up for their matches than any of the matches placed on this fucking card at all for Monday Night Raw last night. So, overall, this show was a piece of garbage once again. Let me know what you think of the show. I want to hear from you guys. Leave your comments and opinion down below on this video. I'd definitely like to hear back from you guys. I will definitely respond back to you guys. I appreciate your time watching this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and have a great night, guys. Bye.